is. Alright. 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 You just started? 1 second. I'll be right back. Check 1, 2, 1, 2. Here we go. Alright, Sirius Mindz, yo. We on Professor Griff on deck in place, making it happen. Alright. Mic check 1, 2, 1, 2. $16. Check 1, 2, 1, 2. Alright, here we go. I'm hearing up. Are you sure you got the mic situation straight, bro? Cause I'm hearing this. You hear it? Hold on, we gotta get some audio straight. What's that? Huh? Yeah, it might be this. Might be my raggedy computer. I think that's my raggedy computer, y'all. Microphone is sensitive. That's why we gotta put the boom arm up, probably right over here, or boom it this way. You know what I'm saying? Then we can go from there. All right. I'm on deck. I'm on Sirius Mindz on deck. All right. Alright. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me a second to get it together. I got it together, but it's just, yeah, I'm just gotta get it together. Alright. Alright, I had to reboot my computer and make sure it kinda did what it's supposed to do. Alright, so 16, I apologize. I ain't hit you up. I normally let you know ahead of time what we're gonna talk about. Shane put it up. What's the subject, Shane? Alright, the Opioid Diaries. The Opioid Diaries. I ain't got my audio plugged up or nothing. I got, yeah. The air went out. It's like Africa in here. Yeah. Alright, so mouse not working. It's hot. Yeah. Alright. So I was downstairs. Wait. Greetings, everyone. Greetings, y'all. Let me greet everyone with a civilized greeting in a very uncivilized time. Hold on for a second. Let me do this right. Dad. I gotta do it right. And that greeting is peace, shalom, hotep, assalamu alaikum, Alafia, free the land. Alright. Let me stop this other thing from playing over here. Yeah. Thank you everyone for, I'm only a few minutes late, so yeah, it's only 9:08. But anyway, thank you everyone for signing in, coming on, readjusting your lives, your time schedule, and all that kind of stuff to meet us here on Sirius Mindz for Sirius Mindz. I got the wrong pair of glasses on. Them glasses are broke. The lens fell out of it. Man, yeah. Anyway, thank you everyone. Tonight we're gonna talk about the Opioid Diaries. Alright, the Drug Diaries, Opioid Diaries, and I managed to go downstairs in the library and bring up 2 books that everyone should be familiar with. Alright, I failed to let Shane know what books I was using tonight. I'm really late. Drugs as Weapons Against Us, John Potash. And we'll talk about John Potash in a minute. And Behold the Pale Horse, Mr. William Cooper. Alright, Mr. William Cooper. Alright, so yeah. Anyway, thanks to all the supporters for Sirius Mindz. 16 is putting a list together for everyone that is continuously supporting the channel and the platform, and we're going to send out some hats and some t-shirts and some information and some other things that we might get our hands on, alright, that we want to share with those that support the platform. Alright, okay, this platform is definitely supported by the people, and I think it's a beautiful thing that we at least show recognition and appreciation for those that support the platform. Alright, which I think is a very critical thing, and I think that any organization, any channel, any platform, if you got consistent listeners and family that support, we have to be able to give back. Alright, what am I drinking? Oh, this is apple juice. I can't eat apples because the skin on the apples, it's not cool. I can't even process that. And you should, because it's high in fiber and it helps your digestive system. But right now, me and Shane was drinking some apple juice after Soleil. Made some spaghetti, some garlic bread, and the salad. The salad was critical. Yeah, but beautiful thing. Yes, it's really healthy because I dropped some herbs in it and some other stuff in it. So yeah. But anyway, thanks to everyone for supporting the platform. The platform is definitely growing, as y'all can see. We're taking the nickels and dimes and we're making sure we put it to good use to bring the platform up to par. We have the mic check 1212 happening, which is coming up on June 5th. And today we managed to secure the domain name. We managed to secure the address where people are going to be sending the information to. We have a gentleman that's building the actual site right now as we speak, so we're making it happen. And if you would like to contribute and be a part of the building of the Sirius Mindz platform, you can cash at me your donation at $ProfessorGrtiff, and you can hit PayPal at www.paypal.me/ProfessorGrtiffCorp, or simply go to my website www.ProfessorGrtiff.me, or if you're right here on YouTube, you can definitely just super chat, hit the $, donate whatever you can donate. We'd really appreciate that. Thank you very much. And people have, and to them people, we like to say thank you, and we can't say thank you enough. I can see if I was out buying fine clothes, taking different women out to eat, riding around in a Maybach, the drop top, me and Shane balling out of control, getting lit every night. You understand what I'm saying? Doing all that kind of stuff with the money, but we're not. Trust me, we're not. We're putting it to some good use, and thank y'all very much for making that happen. All the nickels and dimes are going back to make it happen. Alright? I managed to get some shirts and some other stuff, some hats made up, so I'm going to get it out to the people. Of course, 16 can start developing that list of the people that constantly support, and we'll start sending those things out to those people. We really appreciate that. I didn't want to do the Patreon thing. I tried it, but it just don't work because I don't believe in this thing that some people are better and should get better information than other people. No. If I'm leaving it up to you. If you feel it in your heart to donate whatever you want to donate, so be it. We really appreciate it. All right. I think I heard it said once, for the man that can afford to give $100, they give $100, and it may not affect their pockets. For the person that give $1 that really can't give $1 and they give $1, that really affects their pockets. Why hoist one up over the other? Both of them are making a sacrifice. Whether one can afford it and one can't, or whatever it is. Plain and simple. There's been some days where I didn't even have $1 and wish I had $1. Then when I got the $100, I said to myself, okay, it's my duty, my responsibility to give back. And then now I'm giving forward. So I don't step over the homeless dude in the street without giving him something. Alright? If I sat down and spent $20 on a vegan meal and I got leftovers, I'm not throwing it away. I'm saving it, putting it in a nice container. And as I'm driving home, I know where the different corners and the different stops that homeless people are at, where I know they're hungry. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, I just do whatever I can do in the way I can do it. Plain and simple. Alright? He said, Eric said, I don't see the fancy jet. Nah. If we get the Sirius Mindz jet, then y'all can borrow it. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to throw y'all the key. I'm going to throw 16 the key and be like, yup. Just on your way through, just pick me up. You understand what I'm saying? I don't need to live like that. I'm good. I'm good. I don't live that kind of life. Never have. Never did. Do you understand what I'm saying? And trust me, there was a time when I had like 200,000-300,000 in the bank. Do you understand what I'm saying? And still never lived that lifestyle. So, anyway. Of course, you can see where 100,000 of it went. All them damn books downstairs. Yeah. Anyway, thanks to everyone, especially those that give here on YouTube, hitting the super chat. Really appreciate that. All right, this platform and this channel is about the business of raising a vibrational picture of our people's thinking into the mind of the creator and the co-creator. All right, we're standing on the shoulders of the ancestors, kneeling at the feet of the elders that walk among us. All right. Okay. All right. Like I said, we got the mic check on June 5th. Make sure you'll pass this around. All right. I'm going to put it up on Facebook. I'm going to put it up on my website. Download it. Take a snapshot of it. It's the easiest way to do it is you get your phone. Right. Hold on for a second. I got a message. Hold on one second. I did not set up an Eventbrite. Page. Hold up. Nope. Eventbrite. Hold on. This is Red Pill hitting me up. About, oh, I didn't even see that. Bryce, thank you very much. LaShawn Thomas, give thanks. I really appreciate y'all. I didn't set up an Eventbrite page. If you would like to get in touch with me, we can. Hit me up tonight. I didn't set up an Eventbrite page. It's not an Eventbrite page. What Red Pill is talking about, we just now put together a lecture over the last couple of days. Hold on. You have the flyer for the Houston thing? Let me send it to you real quick. Hold on. Houston. I'm going to forward it to you, okay? I'm going to forward to Sirius Mindz. Alright, I'm going to forward to 16 also. 16. Dang, hold on for a second, y'all. Check your email. Shane, check the email. It's the flyer for the event that we're doing in Houston. We just made it happen, and it's going to be on the 9th. Hold on. Hola. Ulan. Fear of a Black Planet. You got it, though. You can put it up so they can see it. It should be in Sirius Mindz. Are you sure you're in the right email? No, I'll come over there. You ain't got to pick it up, bro. That's it. Go to updates. Alright. So, it says, Fear of a Black Planet. Know the Ledge University and Sirius Mindz presents Fear of a Black Planet Part 2. The manipulation of the media and the mind. Guess that's it. Not sure. Alright. Speakers, lecturers, presenters, Red Pill, Professor Griff, and Blue Pill. Sunday, June 9th, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. We're at the Shape Community Center in Houston, Texas. Alright. Vendors, of course, welcome. All you gotta do is contact Professor Griff. The prices are there. I think it costs $25 to get in. Blah, 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 blah. Alright. Myself, Red Pill, and Blue Pill. Alright. In Houston, Texas. Alright. Alright. Small minds discuss people. Average minds discuss events. Great minds discuss ideas. We'll put a combination of all those things. Hopefully it'll culminate into us getting some kind of understanding about this particular subject that we're going to deal with tonight. And we're going to talk about the Opioid Diaries. Alright? So, I'm going to pull up the same message I sent, I'm about to say Sean. Shane, you got the message from what's the name, man? Opioid, what's the name? Help me out, bro. For real, don't say that.
From who? Anthony?
No, I sent you the message in reference to the particular subject, man. Hold on. I know I'm kind of sluggish today. I ain't got nothing together. But don't worry about it. I'm going to pull it together. I'll pull it together. Yeah, where is that at? That's in Sirius Mindz, right? Alright, Anthony, spiritual purpose, blah, 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 Shane. Flyer, Shane's. Alright. I'm in Sirius Mindz also. I don't see it. I see it. How am I not seeing it and I sent it and it's from me? Alright, let me pull it up also. Alright. I wish I could give y'all a picture of what I see, of what I'm looking at right here, and how hot it is in here. But anyway, let's dive into this particular subject. There's a friend of mine by the name of John Potash, and I'm sure you're familiar with him. Shane, can you put up his other book, The FBI's War on Tupac Shakur and Black Leadership? Alright. There is a gentleman that I became great good friends with who said, Griff, okay, I'm almost finished my book. And I'm like, John, I'll be spending years on his books. So I just patiently kind of waited. Just real patient, kind of waited for the book to come out. And then when he sent me the book, yeah, I was just kind of taken aback because I think it's going to be some kind of small, kind of simple book that he was going to kind of drop on me. I said, okay, let me see it. He sent it to me. He said, hit me up when you get it in the mail. I got it in the mail. And this is what he sent me. I'm going to have Shane put it up on the screen. Drugs as a Weapon Against Us, John Potash. And I'm going to have him put John Potash's other book, The FBI's War on Tupac Shakur and Black Leadership. I'm going to have him put that up also. Give me a second, y'all. Yeah, I was kind of all over the place today because I had to set up so many things. It was ridiculous, man. Give me 1 second. I'm going to get it right. Don't worry about it. We're going to be all right. All right. There we go. Thank you, Shane. Really appreciate that. The FBI's War on Tupac Shakur and Black Leadership by John Potash. I can't read the fine print because it's too small, but it's a serious subtitle that is. And his other book is Drugs as a Weapon Against Us. Shane will get that up in a few minutes. But the opioid crisis is the worst addiction epidemic in American history. Alright? I want to talk about that real quick. And I want to talk about that, but I need y'all to help me talk about that. Thank you, 16. Really appreciate that. Drugs as a weapon against us. The CIA's murderous targeting of the SDS. Not wrong subtitle. I think, nope. It's the right. The CIA's murderous targeting of SDS Panthers, Hendrix, Lenin, Cobain, Tupac, and other activists. The Drugs as a Weapon Against Us by John Potash. Yeah. It says the opioid crisis is the worst addiction epidemic in American history. How true is that? How true is that? How true is that? Come on now, let's talk. The opioid crisis is the worst addiction epidemic in American history. How true is that? All right, do not give me one-word answers. Let's talk. All right. Thomas said for white America. What about black people? So then if it's false, what is the worst addiction epidemic in American history? Keep in mind now, we went through a history of those brothers and sisters that served in Vietnam that came back addicted to drugs. Now, how the hell do you get drugs in Vietnam? When you're at war, all right? Then think, when we went through the Renaissance period, all right? In Harlem and in other places, jazz artists got addicted to drugs, heroin, and a few other things. Keep that in mind. During the 80s, when AIDS was running rampant, I'm talking about AIDS, AIDS, Africans in deep shit. When AIDS was running rampant, decimated black people and destroyed black people, all right? Right at the same time, crack hit, all right? And crack just devastated the black community, along with all the other drugs that was in the black community. So help me out. So when black people were suffering and getting put in jail for crack rock as opposed to powdered cocaine, we were serving life sentences. All right? And even in the documentary film piece that me and Shane had watched, it was showing black drug dealers selling to white people. Not white drug dealers, not the people that bring it in the country and got labs that make this kind of stuff, but they were locking up black people. Right? So we're talking about a drug epidemic. And when you start talking about being addicted, you see, maybe because we have a high concentration of melanin, we're able to become functional crackheads, functional drug addicts. All right? But now we have the opioid epidemic that's going on, sweeping through America. And now you're seeing well-to-do white families being destroyed. All right? We're seeing well-to-do white people passing out, dying of overdoses. We're not glorifying that, nor are we happy about that, nor are we saying that we're happy to see that happening to white people. No, we're not. Human life is human life. But I'm saying, where was all of the outcry and the pouring out of resources to help black people? No, what America did and the criminal justice system did was punish black people for being on drugs and put them in jail. You help white people, but you punish black people. Help me out now. And then, if this is a sophisticated addiction, how do they get the pills any old daggone way? I'm just asking a question. That's just too daggone hard to read. Maybe it's my... Bruh. You only wanted that one light on? Oh, okay. I'm following your lead, bro. But right now, hand me my flashlight. Brother like me is blinded. Man, I can't. Can you read that? Or is it me? Huh? No, I'm good. I'll read it, man. I got it. But I can't even read that font. Alright, if you look back, many things that we thought were accidents, alright, turned out were not accidents. The entire LSD movement itself was sponsored originally by the CIA, to whom I gave great credit. I would not be here today if it had not been for the foresight and the prestige of the CIA psychologists, pardon me. So give the CIA credit for being truly an intelligent agency. Timothy Leary. You know Timothy Leary, white comedian, right? Timothy Leary. You don't know Timothy Leary, the white comedian? Maybe it's half a step before your time, Shane. But I'm saying, I'm reading some of the stuff in the beginning of John Potash's book. All right, Drugs as a Weapon Against Us by John Potash. All right. Hold on now. Sidney Cohen, would you mind not calling it a cell? Let's call it a cluster. Timothy Leary, all right. The room laughs. Our undercover agents in Los Angeles were very cool about it, huh? And yet they did not. They did more in a very laid-back kind of way, huh? It's every bit as public as some of the other, buses running around the country. Basically talking about these people running around knowing where to get drugs because some of the police officers' children were on drugs. Knowing who the dealers were. They didn't move in certain parts of the country until they waited for black people to sell the drugs. And then they made it public. They made a spectacle out of black people that was getting the white people, but they weren't locking up white people. They weren't going to the source. They dealt with the nickel and dime drug dealer. It says the opioid crisis is the worst addiction epidemic in American history. Drug overdoses kill more than 64,000 people per year, and the nation's life expectancy has fallen for 2 years in a row. But there is a key part of the story that statistics can't tell. Over the last year, photographer James Knockway set out to document the opioid crisis in America through the people on its front lines. Alongside Times Deputy Director of Photography, Paul Moakley, the pair traveled the country gathering stories from users, families, first responders, and others at the heart of the epidemic. Here, Knockway's images are paired with quotes from Moakley's interviews, which have been edited. The voices are mixed of people in the photos and others who are connected to them. The Opioid Diaries is a visual record of the national emergency, and it demands our urgent attention. Not the crack epidemic, not the heroin epidemic, not people spraying the weed with Raid and all that other kind of stuff. All right, none of those epidemics, but the opioid epidemic. What is the story? 16. You could put in, it's a Time magazine special report, the Opioid Diaries. Put that in your search engine, people. The Opioid Diaries. The Opioid Diaries. real life, real stories of crackheads gone wild. The saddest TV show ever. Wow. All right. Thank you, 16. Really appreciate that. I lost a very good friend to this opioid epidemic, man. This brother right now is just hanging out with hippie white dudes up in Boston, backpacking, you know, up mountains and up buildings and in alleyways, and he just kind of lost it, man. I ain't gonna mention his name. He's probably listening. All right, if you can find his cell phone, it's just that bad. All right. The basic thing nobody asks is, why do people take drugs of any sort? That's the question John Lennon is asking. Why do we have these accessories to normal living to live? I mean, is there something wrong with society that's making us so pressurized that we cannot live without guarding ourselves against it? Help me answer this question, people. How many of y'all in the chat room that's listening to me right now, how many people on the gram that are listening to me right now have made this statement? Yo, man, I gotta take a drink, smoke some weed, or do something to go party, or to go hang out, or to have sex, or to have fun. How many people have said that? Come on now, let's be honest. Just to have fun, how many people had to get drunk and had to get high? And then thank y'all very much for being honest. And what is that called? Like, in order for you to have a good time, you got to get high? So most people are not willing to deal with the root of the issue. Then what do they deal with? The branches? You know how many people I've graduated high school with called me boring, called me a square, called me you don't have fun, called me you don't do whatever. I've never got high in my life. I've never smoked anything. I never took a drink ever. Ever in life. I'm not saying that big I, little you. I'm saying it because that's just fact. Alright? I'm not saying it to condemn anybody on here or to make myself better than anyone. Alright? Because the people I hung out with did that. So I didn't condemn them. Alright? Well, Derek Bailey, I'm in an industry that you kind of have to go out. Alright? But being social, I don't necessarily have to drink something to be social. But let me tell you what I used to do. I used to get some cranberry juice and some pineapple juice, fill the cup halfway up and just kind of swish it around like this. And then you go through the room and be like, hey, nice seeing you, pal. What's going on? I ain't seen you in a while. Hey, good fucking song. Hey, man, like that record you put out. Drink a little. You can't tell the difference. God of Blackness says, don't be a buzzkill, uncle. I hear you, man. I'm not trying to be a buzzkill, but I'm just saying, I don't need to get high to have a good time. You understand what I'm saying? I know men that will purposely go to the club, get a woman drunk, just to have her come back to their spot or go to her house or whatever to have sex. I'm like, that is stupid. Yeah, that's just, yeah, we'll talk about that some other time, but I'm just saying. So I didn't have to go through that period of cleansing myself to get that out of my system. I never had it in my system. I think the strongest thing I've ever taken was a damn Tylenol or something, man. I just don't. I just don't do it. Never did. Never had a desire to. But you kind of think I've always been in the martial arts. You understand what I'm saying? So I've always trained, so I just didn't have time. And plus, I set something in motion, man, that my students couldn't do it either. And if you got caught, shout out to Ice-T. Alright? Said he never got drunk, never got high, never smoked anything. Alright? If you think dope is for kicks and for thrills, you're out of your mind. There are more kicks to be had in a good case of... Now help me pronounce this word, y'all. P-A-R-A-L-Y-T-I-C. polio, paralytic polio, whatever that is, I'm not sure, or by living in an iron lung. If you think you need stuff to play music or sing, you're crazy. It can fix you so you can't play nothing or sing anything. And that was Billie Holiday. Alright? Billie Holiday. I know a lot of musicians can't go on stage unless they're half drunk. Can't have a good time. Alright? Nah, Jimmy, jump. I want to be like you. We air alike. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want nobody being me. Yeah, because, yeah. Junk is the ideal product, the ultimate merchandise, so sales talk necessary. The client will crawl through a sewer and beg to buy drugs. Once you get to that point, you know you need some intervention and it's a wrap. Alright? So, we're going to visit and revisit John Potash's work, Drugs as a Weapon Against Us. Alright? If you want to know the government's involvement, alright? Why do I have this page? Oh, Courtney Love, Drugs and Death. Okay. He talks about Jimi Hendrix. Alright? Now watch when I say this. Shane, jump over here and try to snatch the book. It says, by the time the 1970s, Motula Shakur had become an assistant director of Lincoln Detox in the Bronx. Other working with Lincoln Detox included the Black Liberation Movement activists, members of the Latino community versions of the Black Panthers, the Young Lords, and the white SDS Weather Underground activists, such as Bernadine Dawn's sister Jennifer Dawn. Alright? Then it's going into Tupac's family history and that kind of thing. Drugs and the CIA targeting of Newton, Shakur, and other Panthers. So they targeted Tupac's uncles. Alright? Tupac's family members. Alright? Very, very deep book if you want to know the history of the CIA and drugs. It goes into Fred Hampton Sr., assassination of Black Panther leaders. Alright? So, it's very detailed. The CIA family's involvement in music and in radio. The CIA infiltrated music groups and that kind of thing. It talks about Jimi Hendrix. It talks about U.S. intelligence targets Janis Joplin and Jimi Hendrix. Alright, the beautiful thing about John Potash is when he finishes a chapter, you talking about a bibliography, man. He puts all the sources in the book. So ain't no way you lying around this one because these are FBI documents in most cases that he's putting in the book. Alright? So yeah, this is one very interesting book. John Potash, Drugs as a Weapon Against Us. The CIA murders targeting of the SDS Panthers, Jimi Hendrix, Lennon, Kurt Cobain, Tupac Shakur, and other activists. Alright, make sure you get the book. This book is just as important as this book right here, Behold the Pale Horse by William Cooper. Alright, for those people that have studied this book and know this book, can y'all help me out real quick? Oh, wow. This must have been the version I've been saving. Because it comes with the fold-out. Yeah, Professor Griff with the fold-out joint. Alright. See, the fold-out is very important when you buy this book, y'all. A lot of times this book don't even come with the fold-out. It's the CFR, the Trilateral Commission, and I could add the Bilderberger Group, Skull and Bones, and other organizations. But it names the names. That's the important thing about the fold-out. It actually names the names. Alright, now, what is the chapter where it talks about the FBI, the government bringing in train loads and truckloads of guns and leaving car doors open and that kind of thing? And where does it talk about that in William Cooper's book? The chapter escapes me, but hold on. No word order, no. UFO, no. U.S. Army connections to the Satanic Church, no. I don't think that's it. Story behind Jonathan May, no. Protocols of the Learned Elders of Zion, no. proposed constitutional model for new states of America. No. Treason in high places. Okay. Might be the chapter. Can anybody help me out? Behold the pale horse. Anybody have that information? They just busted a guy in California, Cali, for over 400 guns. God damn. Can you put a link up, LaShawn? We need to see it. Ah, this is the chapter. Secret government. Hold on. My friend, we might have something here. I'm reloading. Hold on. Ah, found it. Behold the pale horse. Do y'all have the book? Who has the book? Y'all should have the ebook or something. Somebody gotta have the book. Help me out, y'all. Go to page 225. Alright. 225. Who got it? You said chapter 12? You're right. It's chapter 12, 16. You're absolutely correct. Alright. So it says, when it talks about the secret government on page 225 in chapter 12 of this book by William Cooper, Behold the Pale Horse, it says the government encouraged the manufacture and importation of military firearms for the criminals to use. This is intended to foster a feeling of insecurity, which would lead the American people to voluntarily disarm themselves by passing laws against firearms, using drugs and other hypnosis on mental patients in a process called Orion. What is the process? What is Orion? Come on now, help me out. What is Orion? What is the process that William Cooper talked about in this book in chapter 12? Behold the Pale Horse, chapter 12, page 225, when he talked about Orion. What is Orion? The CIA inculcated the desire in these people to open fire on schoolyards and thus inflame the anti-gun lobby. This plan is well underway, and so far it is working perfectly. The middle class is begging the government to do away with the Second Amendment. What is Orion and what is the Second Amendment? I'm going to bookmark that page. Talk to me, y'all. Talk to me. Bobby Lee, 45, injecting a friend inside of his van in San Francisco on January 30th. Lee says he's been an addict since he was 17. God damn. No. These pictures are hard to look at, man. What's it? Oh, the picture? You screenshot it? Yeah, it's the Time article. You can pull it up and screenshot it. It's the first picture. The second picture is the one though. Chad Caldwell, 32, being reviewed by EMS workers after overdosing in his truck in Miamisburg, Ohio, on July 4th, 2017. He says this is the fourth overdose, led him to seek treatment. So the Second Amendment is gun control. That's what you're saying, 16? What is Orion? The plan is well underway. It is working perfectly. Blah, 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 blah. Got you. What is Orion? No. We're talking about drug overdose. We're talking about the Opioid Diaries. Go to the Opioid Diaries and go to the first picture and screenshot it. first picture. You got to scroll down. Go to the Opioid Diaries, the document that was sent to Sirius Mindz. Whew. Yeah, that's the second picture, but you can screenshot that. You know, these graphic depictions will cause sympathy among other people and empathy among other people towards the people that they're showing in this article, Opioid Diaries. I haven't seen any black people yet. Heroin grabs a hold of you. It won't let go. It turned me into somebody I never thought I would be. Chad Caldwell. All right. The next picture is a picture of the family at the funeral of one of the victims of the opioid epidemic. All right. Yet again, grieving white people. All right. And of course, when we watched the film today, it was black people selling the drugs. Stop that, white people. Just stop. There's some parts of Ohio and other places, West Virginia and other places, black people don't even live in these areas. But yet we lock up black people. After Michaela died, I saw it clear as day. They're not only destroying themselves, they're destroying us. The opioid epidemic is destroying families. Alright? But did crack destroy families? Everyone had a crackhead in their family. Chicks was blowing cats for rock. You understand what I'm saying? Non-stop every day. Opioids reach every part of society. Blue collar, white collar. Everybody is non-stop. It's every day. It's non-stop. It's every day. It doesn't seem like it's getting any better. There were never any slogans, any banners, any bumper stickers like this ever in the black community. All they did was find these black people and lock them up. Descent, living with addiction. Alright? Another white woman up under a trailer truck. Behind a trailer truck at a truck stop. In the snow. Freezing almost to death. In Boston. Right? Almost freezing to death. I think this is the fourth or fifth picture down. Alright? Addicted. I'm saying to you, I'm not saying that we shouldn't be empathetic or sympathetic to these people. They need help. But I'm just asking the question. Where the $1 billion resources that they're giving and lending and pushing into the hands of these outreach centers in every city? Where was that billions of dollars? How come that never went to the hood? A man who goes by Dave huddling against the coal as he injects himself in Boston. Damn. We get into detox. They spin dry you, and then it's so crowded you can't go on to the next step if you want to, Dave said. So they're setting up these things. They're pouring the money into the white community, all right, to deal with the epidemic. But yet he said the places are so crowded, you never get a chance to go to the next step to deal with the addiction. That's how crowded it is. Still no black people, y'all. So if Time Magazine got together with a photographer and a reporter and they traveled around the country, you mean to tell me no black people are part of the opioid epidemic? Can someone Google that real quick for me? Opioids, black victims. I think that was the article I read some time ago. Opioids, black victim. Help me out, 16. Opioids, black victims. Hold on. Opioids. Hold on. Black victims. Opioid crisis explained in black and white. Opioid overdose deaths by race. Black Americans, the opioid crisis. Okay. Because they're acting like black people didn't get affected by this. Opioid overdose deaths by race. Henry J. Kaiser Family and Foundation. Alright. Alright. United States. 37,113. White and Hispanic. White, non-Hispanic. In the United States, 37,113. Alright. Alabama, 347. Alaska, 67. Arizona, 589. Arkansas, 167. California, 1,444. Florida, 2,583. Alright. Now, black, non-Hispanic victims, 5,513. Alabama was 67. What was the highest? Was California, 147. Florida, 203. Alright. Hispanic victims. United States, 3,932. Arizona, 242. California, 483. Florida, 417. Alright. And then it gives the total. Alright. Black, non-Hispanic, 5,513. Alright. Let's go back. Yeah, y'all can follow along and put these stats up and find them yourself. Black America's opioid crisis, separate, equal, and overlooked. Separate, equal, and overlooked. Amid an opioid epidemic often seen as rural and white, black Americans in cities like Chicago have been struggling and dying for decades. Did y'all hear what I said? Separate, unequal, and overlooked. Google that. Amid an opioid epidemic often seen as rural, white, black Americans in cities like Chicago have been struggling and dying for decades. By Joseph P. Williams, staff writer. Alright? Chicago, at best, as he can recall, the first time Daniel James used heroin was 2009 or 2010. When he was in late 30s, it was shortly after he had been released from prison for the second or third time, resulting resettling not far from West Garfield Park, blah, 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 where he grew up. Then it goes over a bit of his history, and it talks about him suffering. He said, I went back, and he bought some more because he thought it was really cool. He got an instant high, and he was straight. When he inhaled the first grams of powder, a choice eventually brought him to the brink of death, he said. He said he couldn't get high fast enough. And people go back. Johnny Taylor, thanks for the link. Whites are given a second chance in life. Often, black people are not. White means victim. Black means addict. In what? Where was that at? Oh, it means addict. In my above link. Oh, okay, need to know. All right. It says an overlooked epidemic as the country has sounded the alarm and research for solutions in place like Parkersburg, West Virginia. All right, in certain places in Ohio, Burlington, Vermont, the opioid epidemic went relatively unnoticed in poor communities with large minority populations in West Garfield Park, East Baltimore, and southeast quadrant of Washington, D.C. All right, basically overlooked it because it was just black people. As soon as it spilled out into the white suburbs, so to speak, then it became an issue, and then it became a problem. All right? Then it became a problem. The article that I'm reading from is Black America's Opioid Crisis. All right, look that up. Look, if we're not going to be proactive, so much so that we can't come on a broadcast like this and study and do research. Maybe someone watching this, maybe this will help them. Maybe someone watching this don't know the real answers and have to get this information out to an individual that they know is suffering. I just wish we had some answers on where we could send some of these people, or a phone number, 1-800 number where people can get some help. It says African American heroin users are dying rapidly in an opioid epidemic. All right, the WashingtonPost.com. All right. We're still dying. We're still on drugs. We still cracked out. We're still taking pills. All right. Even as some artists, some recording artists are promoting it. All right. I don't see too many of them speaking against it. All right. Wow. All right, now 16 on the Washington Post. On the Washington Post, it says democracy dies in darkness. All right. It talks about the opioid epidemic, but it talks about primarily black people being affected. All right. And I think articles like that, people should get a hold and read, because it's African American heroin users are dying rapidly in an opioid epidemic. Simply because there are disparages. When you look at white people and the resources that they have to cure them, as opposed to the punishment that black people get that are in the same situation. All right? It says synthetic opioid overdose data, drug overdose CDC injury center. Now that's the CDC.gov. All right, recognizing opioid overdose. All right, let me get back to the article because I don't want to stray too far from it. All right, here we go. He said, I'm not an addict. I had a career in sales in the automobile business. I was making a lot of money, upwards of $100,000 a year. Then I started up with Oxycontins. It's an amazing feeling, that warm hug from Jesus. That's what he called it. Oxycontin is a warm hug from Jesus. All right. All right. I got to clock out everybody over here on the gram. Peace. That's my hour on the gram. I'm going to go over to Facebook Live and see if I can get everybody over. Listen, y'all got to come over to www.youtube.com/C/Sirius Mindz. All right. Can y'all do that for me? All right. I love y'all to life. I'm going to continue this particular talk. I'm going to see y'all in a minute. All right. All right. 1 second, y'all. Opioid, what's in Diaries, right? Yeah. The ones that are highlighted, the ones that are purple. The Opioid Diaries. All right, here we go. Now, this gentleman basically is saying, just, yes, Anyway, I am an addict. I had a career in sales in the automobile business. I was making a lot of money, upwards of $100,000 a year. Then I started up with Oxycontins. It's an amazing feeling, that warm hug from Jesus. He is equating the him taking Oxycontin as a warm hug from Jesus. All right. To get the full scope of this conversation, all right, you have to come over here to YouTube. All right, so you can see some of the images. All right, now this is about the fourth or fifth picture down, Shane. But I began telling myself, well, if I can feel this good on Friday and Saturday, why shouldn't I feel this good on Tuesday and Wednesday, pardon me. And then the price started going up. And all of a sudden, they're $80 a pill. At this point, I've got a 6 or 7 pill a day habit. Alright? I wouldn't get out of bed without one. I always knew that I knew about heroin, but it was a line I didn't want to cross. But, you know, the ship had already sailed. And opioids and the opiates and opiate. Opiates and opiates and opiate. I'm not trying to die. Contrary to people's belief, I'm not trying to kill myself. I'm just an addict. And this is John admitting this. We're talking about the Opioid Diaries. Google that and look that up right now. The Opioid Diaries. Alright? So they're sharing needles, alright, in an alleyway somewhere. And so you gotta put the fifth, sixth picture. This is Billy 31, right, comparing the use of drugs in Boston. You see that one? Where she got the syringe in her mouth? Woo! Angie, what's good, Miss McCormick? You alright? Alright. Yeah, it's ugly, man. Damn. Jay Cypress, what's going on, old man? What's good, Jay? Woo! Two women, of whom goes by Pangea Wright, and openly using drugs in the street in San Francisco. Woo! Peace, Queen, Miss Tanya Johnston. How are you? This is the article that you gave me to talk about, Soleil. Yeah, it's ugly. I mean, it's really ugly. To read it, but then to see the pictures to go along, it's mind-numbing. Now, you know that this is going on in the white neighborhood. Can you imagine what's going on in the black neighborhood? I'm getting older. I see less and less of the future. I want for myself, and more of this is taking over me. Basically, it's taking over. That's what one of the young ladies said. Alright? Drug users in the South of Market neighborhood in San Francisco. Alright? It's just, yeah. Once you're into heroin, it's almost like a relationship with a person you love. And letting go of that, the thought of never seeing someone I love again, I couldn't imagine giving it up forever. So basically, they're married to the drug now. Carrie A said the opiate addiction hotline is 1-888-633-3239. Huh? You got different ones?
No, they got different ones.
Oh, but we need some. I don't care if they got 1,000. Carrie A put up one, so that's one more that we have. That's one that we have. Let's get the other 9,900. But Carrie A put up one, so opiate addiction hotline 1-888-633-3239. All right. Dan, a homeless user in San Francisco. Okay. Now this chick got a grocery basket of whatever else with a homeless grandmother next to a shopping cart full of her belongings, injecting in Boston on January 14th. Now, Soleil, where was we at? We saw somebody dancing and they were on the street. We were driving by and they was just out of it. Like, I'm telling you, man, this thing is producing some zombies out there on the street. And don't think they won't rob you. Don't think they won't stab you. Don't think they won't break in your house and break in your car. They go from wanting the drug, getting the drug, using the drug, to waking up to finding the next high. Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration. 1-800-662-HELP. That's 1-800-662-4357. 1-800-662-HELP. 4357. Alright? We're not going to come on here and be about the business of beating people down, whether they white, black, Hispanic, Jew, Gentile, Christian, Muslim, or whatever. It's a very important, all right? And the responsibility is on our shoulders to get some of the 1-800 numbers out so people, because somebody might hear this and be like, okay, I need to pass this number on to my country cousin. Or somebody that I know that's suffering. National Council on Alcoholism and Drug Dependency, Inc. All right, 1-800-NCA. Call. That's 622-2255. All right, 1-800-NCA. Call. The number is 1-800-622-2255. All right. It looks like the Roxbury area of Boston, downtown Boston, and other places are hit really, 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 really hard. A woman sleeping beneath a highway underpass in Boston. What do you do? The partnership at drugfree.org. 1-855-DRUG-FREE. That's 1-855-378-4373. Alright? Those of us that can see, those of us that have the wherewithal, alright, to help other human beings and not look beyond the black, the white, the what's happening, but see human beings that's willing to help will help. Alright? We can stay stuck on stupid and parked on fucking dumb all we want to and not think that it won't happen to our relatives and neighbors and family members. Alright? And not help. Alright? So we have to kind of understand that. We have to help the best way we know how. And maybe for some of y'all there's no help in y'all. Alright? Peace, idea. What's good? If you're just tuning in, the subject is the Opioid Diaries. Alright? We read from this book, Behold the Pale Horse by William Cooper. We read from this book, Drugs as a Weapon Against Us by John Prakash. And we're going to revisit both books. Alright? Okay. Back to the article. That's a Time magazine article. The Opioid Diaries. If y'all want to see the pictures, you can go to the article. Alright? Before we could always kind of do this othering, whatever that is that kind of person. It's not me. But now it's me. Now every community can say, it's in my community. Yeah. As long as it was just black people. You can say there's other people doing it. The blacks are doing it. The other people are doing it. Alright? I remember the Japanese was sacked out on Saki. She's pregnant? Ooh, oh, that's the... Oh, my God. Yeah. Woo. Rachel Hoffman, who says she's 6 months pregnant, with this photo taken in Dayton, Ohio on July 2nd, 2017. After prematurely giving birth, she lost custody of her newborn girl. Hoffman, 35, says she is now in recovery. Where are the heartwarming stories about black people? Whoo! Sex is a drug, man. Drugs are hiding in the foods. Alright? Overeating. People eat emotionally. The food becomes a drug. Alright? There's other things we can get addicted to. We need to be mindful of these addictive kind of personalities. Alright? And help when we can help. Idea says exactly. When the drug problems were in the black community, nobody gave ish. Now it's a health crisis because young white folks are strung out on opioids. Exactly. That's what we've been discussing for the last hour. We're reading a document on the Time magazine, the Opioid Diaries. Alright? Okay. That just, man. I want my daughter. I shouldn't have used with her, but I was too late. That's what Rachel said. Roger McLaren, 61, being transferred from a bed sheet to a stretcher after overdosing in his sister's Dayton, Ohio home. OD. A man center shown in Miamisburg. What is going on with Miamisburg, Ohio neighborhood? As Bike Mike, police said he appeared to be having a drug-induced episode. What the hell? See, but if that was a black man, they would have shot him. We're trying to show you the pictures as we go along so you can get the effect and see what we're seeing. Alright? But I want to take that same reporter and the same photographer and we go out to the black neighborhood. Take a video camera. Let's call hustle. Take the video camera and go out and let's see this opioid epidemic and how it affects black people. Show the next one, man. It's the next picture. So they said the areas that was hit the most was Ohio, Florida, West Virginia, California. New York wasn't on that top list. So WHRA 21, you said it's the sugar that you're addicted to. Sugar is a drug. You can be addicted to sugar. Yeah. So I think we need to identify those people that are around us that have these kind of addictive kind of personalities that are prone to these kinds of addictions, man. Crystal Ellis, you're late. I read the demographics in reference to the areas that have addiction. The deaths we read earlier. I forgot on which website it was, but we read that some time ago. Alright. Consequences, part 2. Policing a crisis. How do you police a crisis? How do you police this particular crisis? You shoot black people, you arrest them, and you find white people in the same situation and you take them to the hospital. This is the policing that's been going on. All right. This sort of thing happens so often. It's sad to say it's on the next. It's on to the next once they are out of our care. Wow. 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 An officer said, "You kind of become cold to seeing somebody overdose. As an officer, you bury it away. A lot of us do that. That's how we cope. It becomes easy to talk about the drug and not talk about the person to say, yeah, just another one. But seeing the families that are affected, the loved ones, actually seeing them on the scene trying to care for their loved ones or their friends, to see that, to see the children involved, the heartache, it's overwhelming. You also learn not to give up. So I talk to everybody out there that might not want to talk to me, but I'm talking to them. I just don't brush them. I don't brush by them. They are human beings. A lot of things are lost in the world today, and humanity is one of them. Wow. Balagoon, what's up, man? Give me a call, bro. 678-557-2919. I was talking about you today to my wife, bro. Give me a call. Mr. Balagoon, sir. I really appreciate you. 678-557-2919. I need to talk to you, bro, for real. See what I mean? The next picture. Yeah, that's the picture. The next picture, all right, they got a brother handcuffed. Now all of a sudden, now listen, we went through the whole damn document almost. No white people were arrested. We get to one of the first arrests, second arrest, I think. And here's a brother. See, you don't get the help. White people get the help. You get arrested and get charged. Uh-oh, a white person arrested. Rocky Johnson, far left, a captain with the Huntington WVA Police Department, talking with the suspect on January 67. He's talking with the subject. Not beating him upside the head, not face down on the pavement, but they're talking to him, getting them help. The picture before that, brother, face down. If there was a terrorist that showed up in Montgomery County today and shot 50 people, or 25 or 10, for that matter, this community would be in an uproar. There would be an army out here trying to stop it. That's exactly where we are with this opioids. But who's showing up to stop it? No one. That's not true, because Trump, 46 minus 1, I think along with Congress and a few other people, have signed off on $1 billion to eradicate this crisis. Wow. I would go on and finish the document, but y'all check it out for yourselves. The Opioid Diaries. Alright? I don't know what else to say. We've given numbers, 1-800 numbers, resources. We've stated the problem. We're trying to be part of the solution here. And we're putting the information out there. Alright? Regional Substance Use Disorder Services. 1-877-846-7369. Or text HOPE NYC for help. Text HOPE NYC for help. Repost this. Alright? This is from Carrie A. Alright? We got to do our part to help. Alright? We got to get out of here because we got to go get some fresh air, because Shane is over here sweating Like, all right, like, I don't know, like, yeah, I don't know what they said, but yeah, it's just, yeah. Anyway, all right, tomorrow night, I'll only be on for a few minutes if I'm on at all. I'm going to a graduation. My niece, Isis's graduation. Shout out to Isis. Let's give her a round of applause. And to all of those young ladies and young men that are graduating high school this year, let's give them a round of applause. All right. Hopefully they took 2 sets of notes. All right. Shout out to everyone that's graduating. Damn, LaShawn Thomas said, let that swine go, Shane. Woo! LaShawn Thomas like clapping. But anyway, congratulations to all. Really appreciate that. Alright, so they said I could dress the way I want to dress tomorrow, so yeah. I might even throw on my Wakanda gear. I'm showing up like, yo, I'm showing up with a giraffe and a goddamn elephant and a lion. I'm serious. I mean, just stand there like, yeah, it was popping. They're going to say, who are you here to see? Don't worry about it. Alright. Shout out to Isis. Shout out to Store X. Graduating from Aya. Where's Story at, man? We should put a picture of Story up. Wait, we're going to wait for her graduation. And we're going to put a picture of her. I'm going to take a graduation picture myself. Alright. Alright, Hadi, I'm going to see you in Brooklyn, right? Alright. See you in Brooklyn. And, at Nicholas, Brooklyn. Yeah, so late on July 20th. Alright. Everybody else, go to the website and put some stuff up on where Soleil is going to be. I think the next thing that's happening is in Tassili's. You got that flyer, Soleil? What did I do with that flyer, man? Hold up for a second. What'd you say? Oh, I'm going to be at Madu Bookstore this Sunday. Hold up. Madu Bookstore at Greenbrier Mall this Sunday. Alright. I had the flyer, man. I'm going to show it to y'all tomorrow. Trust me, I'm going to keep it on me. Alright, I'm going to show y'all tomorrow. But I'll be at Madu Bookstore at 2 o'clock this Sunday with the Black History 101 Mobile Museum. And then me and Soleil will be at Tassili's spot. And I'm going to show y'all the flyer on that tomorrow. Alright. In Atlanta, Georgia. And then Alabama, Birmingham. After Birmingham, we're going to be in Kansas City on the 22nd of June. And then the 29th, there's a full day retreat embodying the goddess Hydrotherapy Center in Atlanta, Georgia, right here in Atlanta. The whole day, Soleil and the sisters are coming together to make it happen. And then we are nourishing the goddess and Pan-African connection September 28th with Professor James Smalls in Dallas, Texas. All right. And then, of course, in Houston, Texas, Fear of a Black Planet on June 9th. Me, Blue Pill, and Red Pill. All right. In Houston, Texas at the Shape Center. All right. That starts at 4 o'clock. Shiva Edwards, peace, queen. What's good? All right. This is Professor Griff, y'all. I got to get out of here. As always, I love y'all. Like, oh, you got the flyer. Damn, Shane. Got it popping off. Fear of a Black Planet. The manipulation of the media and the mind. Speakers, lecturers, and presenters are Red Pill, Professor Griff, and Blue Pill. Sunday, June. You took it down too soon, bro. What you doing, bro? You read that fast? I don't even read that fast. I don't know nobody that read that fast. Yeah, you missed it. I come on at 9 o'clock every night. 9 o'clock. Alright? If you want to vend at the event in Houston, give me a call. 678-557-2919. But it's the Shape Center. Alright? In Houston, Texas. It's 3903 Alameda Drive, Houston, Texas. 77004. Phone number 713-521-0629. Or just call me. 678-557-2919. Alright? Do not forget the mic check. 1 2 1 2. If you know anybody that's a musician, that's an artist, that's an MC, a singer, or whatever, and they want their stuff played live, for a critique. Alright? We're going to critique it. We're going to play it live. We're going to get the audience involved. We're going to critique it. We got silent judges that's going to critique the music. Have them give Professor Griff a call. 678-557-2919. Or go to www.miccheck1212.com. Hit me up. Let me know. Alright? What y'all want to do. Alright? I got to get out of here. Stay tuned for the video that's coming up after this. Alright? If you want to advertise right here on Sirius Mindz, please give 16 a hit. Not me. Alright, 16. Can you put up your email address? Alright. Give 16 a hit. Alright, if you can't reach her, hit me at SiriusMindzinfo@gmail.com. But if you hit me, I'm forwarding it to her. If you want to place an ad on this show, before the show, in the middle of the show, after the show, let me know. Hit up 16. 16, put up that email address. Alright? Alright? 30 seconds, 45 seconds video ad. If you want to just place your flyer on here, let us know. We can accommodate that also. Alright? We're going to have some prices up on my website, and we're going to make it happen. 16's email address is scorpiosun16@gmail.com. scorpiosun16@gmail.com if you want to place an ad right here on Sirius Mindz. Alright, video ad or just a flyer. Alright, or you want to mention. Or, yeah, a lot of times I do that. Kind of barter with some people. I might wear their t-shirt. Like these people over here at Sirius Mindz. They told me to wear their shirt. You understand what I'm saying? So I put it on. You can get the shirt for, I think it's $20. Or these people at Sirius Mindz gave me a hat with Professor Griff on the back of it. I got Sirius on one side, Mindz on the other. And they got the 3D kind of stitching Sirius Mindz logo on the front. Alright, these hats are $35. We can get them out to you. This is Professor Griff. I gotta go, man. I love y'all to life. Peace, y'all. Peace. It's Professor Griff for Sirius Mindz. For Sirius Mindz. I'll see y'all tomorrow night.
There's a whole lot of pretty faces all around the world, but that's only the physical. You'll never truly know if someone's beautiful until you look under the veil.
Under the veil is tales, lies, and secrets. Into the heart and pales dies you're seeking. But what you thinking is veil, blind and bleak when it's your mind and your soul that needs to be deep in. See beauty skin deep. You're a shallow pond. Then there's an ocean of wisdom you need to paddle on. Take a dive in. Many jewels there. Your only interest is surface shit and fool's fair. You're a goddess. Take your rightful place. Tear the veil and stare a picture right in the face. Divine feminine. Can't be suppressed. Shakti is the energy that we manifest. Queen rule here. We the Devi tribe. Take a hit of this tantra and feel the Kali vibe. Peel away the cloak, scrape away the scales, and see the truth of what lies behind all the fallen veils. Trying to be, cause the yachtman is blanketed like a canopy. Antithetical, saying that you real when your identity lies in all that you don't reveal. Third eye blind, eyes to contact, so you can open the lotus up like a compact. Become an offering, something more to give than the physical body that can't forever live. Rooted in passion, before the right cause. Spiritual wisdom and knowledge that make you have pause. Then let it transmute, metamorphosize. See the truth of awakening right before your eyes. If it's perception, the real magic. For you to miss all this glory, it would be tragic. So get to tearing the veil as if it was fabric, and find yourself on the path, walking the labyrinth. energy that we manifest. Queens rule here, we the Debbie tribe. Take a hit of this contra and feel the Kali vibe. Peel away the cloak, scrape away the scale. It's to see the truth of what lies behind all the fallen veil. Peel away the cloak and scrape away the scale. It's to see the truth of what lies behind all the fallen veil.
Bodies in a mosh pit. The rebel caught in the crosshairs. I move in silence, black fists in the air. The game plan is simple. Beat go on a metal, shade on the mental. Now here's a gift from the rebel. Bootsy's bass, Hendrix on the treble. The X-Minister is back. Classic tactics, factual magic. The mind border without a visa. Classic rebel, trailers and teasers. The revolution's the theme. I'm back in black with the mind of Desaline. Get the green, black, and red in. Heavy mental to get your head in. Get the green, black, and red in. Ghetto metal right down to the dead end. Subject from a vector's facts. The rebel sets the set behind enemy mind show. Set it. Set it. Subject from a vector's facts. The rebel sets the set behind enemy mind show. Overdose on this conscious shit. Hypnotic, soul is toxic, 10%. 1% got me vexed. Actual facts, Sirius Mindz on deck. There's level to the script for the radical, factual, mentally fit. The sacrifice meant life or death. When the invade my spirit till I take my last breath. The mau in the blood phase align my chakras to ease the pain. Beats and bars, no verbal confusion. Bruises and scars, no lyrical excuses. Monk and Miles time to real line behind enemy minds. Get the green, black, and red in. Heavy mental to get your head in. Get the green, black, and red in. Ghetto metal right down to the dead end. Subject from a vector's facts. The rebel sets the set behind enemy mind show. Set it. Set it. Subject from a vector's facts. The rebel sets the set behind enemy mind show.
Peace. Some tea. All right, hold up. Let me move this book out the way so we can make some space. All right, what kind of tea is this?
To help you write a hit song tea.
Whoa, what kind of tea is it? Why is it pink?
Because it's the Gucci tea.
That don't even sound like that can go good going down. How's that going to help me pink?
It's the brain go-to cola tea.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Subject from a vector's facts. The rebel sets the set behind enemy mind show.